What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Listen, I just wanted to talk about this really quick, and it's about this Tasha K and this Cardi B settlement situation that just does not seem to die. And I know there are a lot of people who feel strongly about Tasha K, a lot of people who feel strongly about Cardi B, for better or for worse. I'm just here to share my views on the actual situation and not about the individual people, because I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't know any of these people. Will I say that I listen to Cardi B's music? I do not. I don't care for it. That doesn't mean I hate her. I don't know her to hate her. I just don't care for her music. I don't listen to it. Also, Tasha K, I am a subscriber to her YouTube channel. I have been for several years now. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I started following her based off of a suggestion by a friend and client of mine years ago when she was telling me about some content that she was talking about. And it was about something that we were already discussing. And she said, oh, you need to listen to this chick named Tasha K. And she has a YouTube channel. She likes to drink wine. She talks about stuff. And she's kind of loud, but, just depending on your style or what you like, I think you can dig it. And I did. I subscribed, and I've been a subscriber ever since. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this because she shared that she did a podcast with Joe Budden on his podcast, the Joe Budden podcast, whatever it's called. I don't listen to it. My husband used to listen to it, I think, every now and then. I don't really think he listens to it much anymore. But Tasha K, she did a video that she took down, and I understand why she did, but she did a video on Saturday that I caught. It was just her being blunt, straight and to the point. And she was sharing the interview, or talking about the interview that is, or was at the time, about to drop on the No Jumper podcast with Adam, I think Adam 22. But anyway, she went off on Joe Budden because she felt that Joe Budden did not release her podcast interview, which she did discuss. And she said she was there for several hours. He didn't drop it, and she felt like he did it because of some loyalty, or trying to show some loyalty to Cardi B, because Cardi B didn't like it. Because I believe Cardi B mentioned that and was upset about it. I'm going to play a clip of Tasha K from a video that she did where she was talking about taking the other video down, but just discussing some things. And I believe she made some good points. Listen, the people who are just, she need to pay Cardi B her money. She need to pay Cardi B her money. They're not going to listen to reason. So I don't expect to change any minds of anyone. And I'm not here to change any minds. I'm just here to share my views and opinions on the settlement, not even the settlement, the judgment, I should say. It's not the settlement, the judgment for this lawsuit that Cardi B won in court. For right or for wrong, she won. But the amount, because I've talked about this before, I felt that Tasha K should have filed an appeal on the amount of the judgment. Because listen, you can say all day long that Tasha K said some things that were not honest or whatever, and the jury found that she was liable. Fine, if you want to, if that's what you want to say. But the amounts, because listen, I'm not a legal expert, but I was a legal assistant for 12 years, several years ago, I should say. But defamation lawsuits are not easy to win. They're not. And also, when you do have a jury and a judge, which they're human beings, I don't care how much they may say that they are unbiased or they don't know these people, they don't have a dog in the fight. Sometimes people do base things off of emotion. And if they were playing a lot of the content or clips of content from Tasha K from videos where she's just basically being the personality of Tasha K and not LaTasha Kibi. A lot of them, they would see that as a turnoff and they would just roll with that to say, yeah, she's definitely liable. But to the amounts and to the extent, I felt that the amount of the award was extremely excessive. And I also thought, I could be wrong, but I thought defamation of character, when it comes to the legal side of it, when you're suing someone for defamation of character, it also has affected their money. How has Tasha K affected Cardi B's money? I mean, let's just be honest. Did she really affect Cardi B's abilities to earn? Did she affect Cardi B's ability to book shows, to make music, to be cast on award shows, to be a performer? Absolutely not. In all honesty, her star has risen. Her star has risen. So the amount of the awards I really felt was extremely excessive. And I felt that that's where Tasha K's appeal should have been based on. It should have been based on the amount of the award, not so much the facts of the case or them not being able to present certain things that the court didn't allow them to present or whatever, because a lot of people are not, going to agree with Tasha K with that. But I feel like if they presented it in terms of the money, the monetary award, and they looked at, okay, did what Tasha K say affect Cardi B's money? And I believe that that's where they would have been able to prove that no, indeed it did not. And I'm not saying that means that you go around saying things about people that hurt their feelings or may not even be true or whatever like that. But let's just be real. I do believe that now with this case setting some sort of precedent, I believe it's a bit of a dangerous precedent, because now you hear this term being thrown around about so much more. I'm going to sue this person for defamation of character. Really? How did they affect your money? Because the cases that were brought about for defamation of character had to do with how it affected their money and their business or businesses, not their feelings. Period. Not their feelings. Because say what you want to say, but my personal opinion, I believe that Cardi B is an extremely sensitive person. And as much as she may throw around profanity and talk about whatever she wants to talk about in the way she wants to talk about it, I believe she's a super sensitive person. And she shouldn't really be listening to content or allowing people to share content to her about her that she feels is damaging to her self-esteem, her emotions, her feelings, and then she wants to either clap back at people or worse, sue them. You know what I mean? Because now you have people feeling like, well, this person says something about me that's not true, so I'm going to sue them for defamation of character. Really? How did that affect your earnings? Like recently, I heard that the chick from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, who was married, I believe they're divorced now, to Little Scrappy Bambi, is suing her mother-in-law for defamation of character because she said some things about her age and said she's actually older than what she said that she is. Really? You're going to sue someone? I'm just saying, people are really taking this to the extreme. And I believe that the attorneys that took Cardi B's case are raking her over the coals when it comes to the legal fees. And so I'm going to put a link to Tasha K's video in the description so you can listen to the entirety of it if you want to. But I want to play a portion of it just so you can hear some things that she said that I really agree with, because I have said this before and I believe this. I don't believe that for Cardi B it's just about justice or proving a point, because I've heard someone say, even Armand Wiggins, I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel. I am. And he doesn't like Tasha K. He's made it fully known that he can't stand Tasha K. And anytime he gets the opportunity to come in here and make content to talk about Cardi B and Tasha K's lawsuit, he's going to do it. I mean, that's his choice to do it. And if he's doing it, he's doing it. But he said some things with regards to Cardi B, and he was like, she needs to stay on her neck. Don't give it up, because you gave her the opportunity to remove the content. He even played some clips of videos where Tasha K was in a moment of feeling like, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm not taking the videos down, and I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. Okay, but does that mean you can't show remorse and regret later? But he's like, no, don't let it go. Don't let up. But if Cardi B doesn't want Tasha K to get on platforms like the Joe Budden podcast, where even if Tasha K doesn't want to talk about that lawsuit, they're going to ask her questions about it. It's not that even sometimes when she is getting these interviews that it's what she wants to discuss, they are asking her the questions. But it's like Cardi B does not want Tasha K to live. And that's like crazy to me, because if you really want this woman to pay you your money, why not allow her to have the opportunity to be on that platform, get more exposure, get more opportunities to make the money? Because like Tasha K said in this video, I'm not going to be able to pay you this money if I'm working at a fast food restaurant, and that's where I feel like the ego and just the hatred, pure vitriol that Cardi B has against Tasha K because of things that were said, when I just believe that this hatred that Cardi B is having right now is driving her to a place that it's not going to benefit her, right? But whatever Cardi B said to or said about, because I don't know if they had a conversation, Joe Budden, and it caused them to hold back and either not put the interview out or wait so that they could go through and redact some things and pull this out and remove this before they release it, then that to me shows that Cardi B really just does not want Tasha K to live. And it's like, you can't have this ridiculously excessive award granted to you and then expect this woman that doesn't have money like that. I'm not saying that Tasha K is broke, and I'm not even saying that she may not have tried to save her money or put some money away, stash some stuff to try to save herself. But let's just be honest. Most people would do that. 99.9% of people, even if they knew they were wrong, if someone is coming after them for their money, they're going to try to save themselves. That's why most people have fair or poor or bad credit, because they have decided to pay things or pay for things that were deemed a higher level of importance, like eating, living, versus paying debts that they incurred, right? This situation is really not that much different. And people in business, they do things like this all of the time. It's called bankruptcy protection for a reason. A lot of people leave the word protection off of that. It's to protect you from the sharks and the wolves and the hounds that if they had the choice, they would lock you up in prison to get their money. That's why they used to have a thing called debtor's prison, because a lot of those people are like that. They have had to put laws in place, consumer laws of protection in place to protect people from creditors, because they are just that harsh. But anyway, guys, let me just play this clip for you so you can hear some of the things that she had to say.
It's 2018. We're in 2023 now. We didn't just talk about how we're going to get this money. But if you blackballing interviews and things like that, how you supposed to get your money? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because if I go work at Golden Corral, you not going to get the money. So it's best you let us both win. Right? Or do you not want me to win and you want to collect pennies. So that's why I'm thinking you really need the money. And you should want your money. If you were really, really hurt or defamed or somebody did something, you should want your money. But if you are blackballing or trying to shut down things that bring you money, it defeats the purpose. You're not helping yourself. The millions of dollars that you want, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to give it to you. And I'm not about to revisit 2018. And this is the bulk of my message. I'm not about to revisit 2018. And like I just said, I sent a tweet out on Twitter. I said it'll be real funny if I send out and start uploading, because I got a whole bin over here of all the court transcripts. Every single one of them. There's a such thing as, let me tell you something. As everybody's like, oh, but if you didn't do what you did, the court wouldn't have found. True. But there's a such thing as feeling, sorry for somebody that does probably have something. It's kind of like, the girl that got HIV on AIDS on TikTok, right? People feel like if I were to take my platform and use it to highlight her, well, she shouldn't have been out here fucking. A jury would sympathize with her. A jury would sympathize with her. And here's the thing. I didn't admit to lying about anything. What I admitted to was there are some stories that are sent to me that I don't believe, right? But I have a duty to disseminate those stories and let y'all figure that shit out. I could very well know that a story is fake, right? But if the bitch is going viral, I can say with my opinion, I don't believe it. And I've done that over and over and over again on my platform. But my duty is to y'all. Get the story. Get the story. And this ain't got nothing to do with nobody's sexual health. But what I'm saying is, if, let's just say hypothetically, I went to court with somebody that had AIDS, right? And they're going through it. And I'm on the internet, fuck you, whether they got AIDS or not, they still got feelings. They could be emotionally hurt, right? It could already be devastating enough that they have this disease. And a jury would be like, wow, why are you weaponizing your platform to do that? Do you understand what I'm saying here? We got 12 jurors that are supposed to be of our peers who are regular people who do not have a background in law or understand what law is or how cases work. They're given instructions by a judge and are charged by the judge to use the best of their moral ground to ignore any personal feelings and rely on the law. But how many black men, how many people are innocently sent to jail by juries based off of emotion and ignoring the facts? I have apologized for what took place on my platform, not once, not twice, not 3, not 4 times. For whatever she felt that I did to emotionally scar her because of what I published, then I apologize. But I am not going to keep singing these apologies into 2024. That's done. We're trying to get the money so we can move the fuck on.
All right, so I'm going to pause it right there and actually you can check out the entire video. I have a link to it in the description box. But yeah, I feel that this situation with Tasha K, she's trying to work out some sort of payment arrangement, payment agreement, maybe even a settlement with Cardi B. And I want to be honest. I know Cardi B, she may not be used to being a creditor, but that's what she is at this point. There are so many people and companies that deal with being on the brink of bankruptcy because their debts, their requirements far outweigh what is coming in. Not saying that it would always be that way, but at the point in time that they are at, that's what it is. And they contact these companies and entities to try to work out things, right? Most of them would rather work out something versus getting nothing at all, or going through so many expensive hurdles to try to figure out, well, they must have the money. We need to figure out where it is so we can get what we're actually owed. Because more likely than not, most of the companies or the people just don't really have it like that. We are in a recession. There's extreme inflation. Actors are on strike. Writers are on strike. Celebrities are not making it like they, used to. And a lot of them never really were. And a lot of them were really living well beyond their means anyway. And the paychecks may have been big, but they still were living paycheck to paycheck. So what Tasha K may be saying might be true, but Cardi B knows that Tasha K doesn't have what she has, right? So to be at this point where you are still allowing your feelings to be involved, where you don't want Joe Budden to give Tasha K the opportunity to speak on his platform, when the case has already been dealt in court, but you still want to, in a way, litigate it in the court of public opinion, and you don't want anyone to give Tasha K a place to speak because you will never like her. And you don't like her saying anything, but defamation of character really was supposed to be about how did what they say affect my finances versus how did what they say affect my feelings? Because trust and believe, there would be a whole lot of people getting sued for defamation of character if it was just about your feelings. But it really was supposed to be, how did what these people say affect your ability to earn, your revenue that was coming in? Did it drop it? Did it stop it? Did it stop companies from wanting to work with you because she put out there that you had an STD and you had a deal with, I don't know, Victoria's Secret or something, where you were going to be their spokesmodel for their new line of bras and panties. And because now she put out this information that you had a possible STD, and they felt that that was going to be bad for their brand, and you were going to be getting paid $5 million. They took that deal off of the table, and that was money that you were expecting to be able to have for your family, for your life and your lifestyle. And she took away that ability by putting that information out there, and people believed it. And now I had to turn around, come out here and prove that I actually don't have an STD. She lied and said that I did, and that affected my ability to make money that I was banking on, that I was depending on, that I was expecting. But this situation right here, I don't care what anybody says. I feel that it really had just become about how it made her feel. And that's not supposed to be the way the courts work. I mean, honestly, all of these people that were coming out here and going to the court and saying that, yeah, she said she lied and this is in the court transcript or whatever. Even if that were the truth, how did that affect Cardi B's money? So this is the thing that really bothered me so much about this situation, and still does to this day, that I felt was a dangerous precedent, because it gives so many people the feeling that, oh, well, someone said this about me, I don't like it, so now I'm going to sue them for defamation of character. I'm not saying that everybody's going to get the same outcome that Cardi B did, but just being wrapped up in court, period, it is such a time waster, sucker, and money waster and sucker. And that is one of the things that it's so frustrating about. And that's one of the reasons why I've said this over and over again to people, even in my own personal and business situations, where people were like, well, you need to sue this person for this and that and the other. And I'm like, me taking this person to court is not going to benefit me in any way, shape, or form, because one, they don't have it like that. And two, I would be wasting my money and my time and energy having to go back, even if what happened just happened 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever. it would bring me back to that place when I'm trying to proceed with my life and move forward, as well as I'm having to spend my money on attorneys in the courts and my time and all of that stuff. And it won't put me in a better position. I'll win a paper judgment, but I can't collect on it. And I'm not going to go through the hoops and hurdles that Cardi B's doing, trying to go after these people to collect from them when they're going to be doing everything in their power and in their ability to hide anything that they may have. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the reasons why this thing just really does not make sense to me. And I wish, if I knew Tasha K, I would have said, look, I know I'm not an attorney, but I feel like you need to be filing an appeal on the amount of the award. It happens all of the time. And more likely than not, they do lower it because it's extremely excessive. And two, the defamation of character, people, it's not illegal to lie. One, this was not even a criminal case. It was a civil case, right? People can lie. Lying is not against the law. Is it integral? Maybe not. No, lying isn't integral. But should someone have to pay someone that amount of money for lying, especially if it did not hurt their finances? That's what the defamation of character lawsuits were supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about what this person has said has affected me financially, and now I'm asking the court to make them pay for what it cost me financially, not what it cost me in my emotions and in my feelings. But that's what this situation ultimately came to, because one, Cardi B's the celebrity, and two, Tasha K was looked at as a very unlikable character. And a lot of those people in that court did not like her. They did not respect her. They did not like the things that they heard, the clips from her videos. And yeah, so it really did come down to the likability of the individual. And judges don't always get it right. There's a lot of crooked and corrupt judges. That's the truth. Let's just be real about that. But I really just wanted to talk about that because, listen, if Cardi B did convince and influence Joe Budden to not put the interview out, I could see why Tasha K felt the way that she felt. And if you did not hear that video, if you did, let me know in the comment section. She took it down, so I can't play any clips of it. But if you did hear that video, she went off on Joe Budden, and she said a lot of things. She said it in her way, but I definitely did agree with. I definitely did understand where she was coming from. And we're all human, and we all have our moments where we just like, you know what? Enough is enough. She didn't go off on Cardi B. She went off on Joe Budden for him just pretty much wasting her time. And I know how it feels. I don't like my time to be wasted either. She traveled up there. She was, doing the podcast for, I think she said about 3 hours. I would feel some type of way too about that. I really would. I get it. But again, emotions and feelings, we all have the right to feel how we want to feel. But did this situation cause Cardi B to lose anything financially? That's what the courts are there for. They're not there to say, this person said these things and it hurt my feelings. It's about how did it affect the finances. And you will hear Tasha K even say in that video, I didn't play that clip, but she did speak about that. How did it affect you financially? But see, that's what I've been saying this whole time. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts respectfully in the comment section below. I appreciate you being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.